I used to think my days were a series of random events. When I look back at my younger self, the best word I can use to describe my life is unstructured. My thoughts were like papers caught in a strong wind, messy, disorganized, and moving in too many directions at once. I felt as though my reality was full of bugs, those tiny, invisible errors that make a system crash. I would start a project and never finish it. I would make a plan and watch it fall apart. I was living in a world I did not understand, waiting for someone else to give me the instructions. Then everything changed on a quiet Tuesday evening. I remember the room was dark, except for a small flickering light in the corner. It was my first real encounter with a computer that was more than just a toy. As I sat down, I heard the soft hum of the machine waking up. I saw the screen glow, a gentle blue light that seemed to invite me into a different world. At first, the lines of text on the screen looked like a secret code, a wall of logic I could never climb. But as I stared at the blinking cursor, I realized something profound. Code is not just for machines. Code is a language, and like any language, it is a way to express a dream. In that moment, I saw a bridge. On one side of the bridge was the person I was, confused, unstructured, and quiet. On the other side was a better version of myself, someone who could build, someone who could solve, and someone who could lead. Learning to code was not just about learning math or science. It was about learning how to build that bridge, brick by brick, line by line. I realized that if I could learn to talk to the machine, I could learn to talk to my own future. For an English learner, the journey into technology is a double victory. You are learning the language of the world and the language of the future at the same time. I remember the first time I understood that a loop was not just a circle in a program, but a metaphor for our own habits. We all have loops in our lives. We wake up, we drink coffee, we go to work, we sleep. If the loop is good, we grow. If the loop is bad, we stay the same. In the silence of my room, clicking the keys of my keyboard, I started to look at my life through the lens of a programmer. I began to ask myself, what are the conditions of my happiness? In coding, we use if and then. If a certain thing is true, then a certain action happens. I started applying this to my own world. If I study for 1 hour, then I am one step closer to my goal. If I stay patient when I am frustrated, then I am stronger than I was yesterday. The logic of the machine started to become the logic of my heart. It was a beautiful realization. I was no longer just a person sitting at a desk. I was an architect of my own mind. As I grew more comfortable with the keyboard, I began to notice the beauty of the English words used in technology. Consider the word function. In a program, a function is a block of code that performs a specific task. It has a purpose. It has a reason to exist. I looked at my own actions and asked, what is the function of this moment? Am I moving forward, or am I just taking up space? The words started to feel heavy and meaningful. Logic was no longer a cold academic term. It was a flashlight in a dark room, helping me see the path ahead. The most difficult part, of course, was the debugging. When you write code, you will fail. You will see red text on the screen telling you that you made a mistake. At first, these errors felt like personal attacks. I would feel a heat in my chest, a sense of deep frustration. I wanted to close the laptop and walk away. But then I learned a secret that every creator knows. An error is not a failure. It is information. It is the machine's way of saying, you are close, but try a different way. I started to debug my own habits. Why was I always tired? I looked at my input, the food I ate, the hours I slept. I fixed the lines of code in my daily routine. Why was I afraid to speak? I looked at my logic, the thoughts that told me I wasn't good enough. I deleted those thoughts and replaced them with better ones. The process was slow. It was often silent. The only sound was the mechanical click, click, click of the keys, a rhythmic percussion that felt like a heartbeat. But every time I fixed a bug in my code, I felt as though I was fixing a small part of my soul. There is a specific kind of joy that comes when a program runs for the first time. You have spent hours, perhaps days, staring at a problem. Your eyes are tired from the glow of the monitor. The world outside has gone to sleep. And then you press a button, and it works. The screen responds. The logic is perfect. In that moment of immense joy, you realize that you have created something out of nothing. You have used your mind and your hands to bring a thought into reality. This is the moment I want for you. But we must remember our objective. Why do we do this? Is it just to make machines go faster? No. Coding is about people. Behind every app, behind every website, and behind every piece of software, there is a human being with a problem to solve. Maybe they are lonely and need a way to connect. Maybe they are lost and need a map. Maybe they have a story to tell and need a platform. When you code, your objective is to be a helper. You are a problem solver for the world. I look at the future now, and I see a world that is no longer a mystery to me. I used to be a spectator. I would watch technology happen to me. I would use the apps that others built and wonder how they did it. Now I am a creator. I see the world as a collection of systems that can be improved. I see a future where language is no longer a barrier, but a tool. Whether it is English or Python, whether it is Spanish or Java, these are all just ways for us to understand each other and build a better world. Imagine a world where you are no longer afraid of the unknown. Imagine a world where every challenge is just a bug waiting to be fixed. This is the power of a programmer's mind. It is a mind that looks at a mountain and doesn't see an obstacle, but a series of small, manageable steps. It is a mind that stays calm in the face of an error message. It is a mind that knows that with enough time and enough focus, any problem can be solved. My objective has always been clear: to code my future. And now I pass that objective to you. You are sitting there, perhaps in a quiet room, perhaps in a busy cafe. You are listening to these words, and you are wondering if you have what it takes. Let me tell you the truth. You are already a coder. Every time you make a choice, you are writing a line of code. Every time you learn a new word, you are expanding your library. Every time you dream of a better life, you are designing a new interface. The keyboard is waiting. The screen is glowing with a soft, inviting light. The silence of concentration is your greatest friend. Do not fear the errors. Do not fear the complexity. Take the unstructured parts of your life and give them logic. Take the bugs of your past and turn them into the lessons of your future. You are no longer just a spectator of technology. You are the one who decides what comes next. Your mind is the most powerful computer ever created. It is faster than any processor and deeper than any hard drive. But a computer is nothing without a programmer. You are the one who writes the code. You are the one who sets the conditions. You are the one who defines the functions. The bridge is built. The language is yours. The objective is set. Now, go and code your future. If this story has inspired you to take control of your logic and write your own path, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Your support allows us to keep building these bridges for learners all over the world. Thank you for listening. And remember, the code is in your hands.